A couple of minutes ago, I came across a video. So it's a video of a lady who woke up in a different town or city. She was actually sleeping in her car, and I guess her car wasn't supposed to be parked where it was parked, so they towed it to like a different place. When she woke up, she was surprised. She asked the driver, "Where the hell am I?" And she explained to him that she was actually sleeping in a car, and when she woke up, well, it was it was a different place. So she's curious, you know where she is, because she doesn't know where she is. And if you wake up in a place that you're not supposed to be, of course you're gonna be like, "Where the hell am I?" That's a valid question to ask. That's a genuine question to ask. And I could see that she was being genuine. She doesn't know where she is. At first I laughed because I thought that video was funny. The way that she asked, the questions that she heard, like that was funny. But as I kept on rewatching it, it started to feel sad. I started to feel sadness for her. She genuinely wants to know where she is. As humans, we genuinely want to know where we are. I mean, look, not all humans are the same. Some people are just what they are. But there are many people like me who genuinely want to know where they are. Because we just found ourselves here. We're like, what the hell? And there are a lot of things that we go through here. It's not like, it's all sunshine and rainbows. No, you literally go through shit when you're here. So people want to know, because they don't know, and no one is telling them anything. And it might seem funny at first, but I don't know if it's funny anymore, because people are suffering, right? People are, exiting on their own, willing to do things that are truly, truly painful just to free themselves from the burden of existence, things that they ain't programmed to want to do. That shows that they're suffering. And that shows that many other people are suffering. It's just that, they don't want to go that far to get rid of that suffering. But some people are willing to go that far. I want to thank each and every person who subscribed to this channel. Trust me, that really, really, really means a lot, and interacting with you guys has helped me a lot. I don't think I would have been able to see the world the way that I see it today. I think I see the world more accurately than I used to see it like 2-3 years ago, and that's because of you guys. I was able to grow much faster because of you guys, because of interacting with you guys, on YouTube, on Instagram, WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook, Twitter. And now there's a Discord. Go to my about, like here on YouTube, you will find the link to my Discord. I hope many people will be able to join, so that we'll get to connect more. I promised everyone that when this channel hit 10,000 subscribers, we're going to have a Discord. So we actually do have a Discord now. So yeah, thank you all guys for suggesting that too, because a lot of people have been suggesting that I must create a Discord. So now there is a Discord. Let's join. There are no rules. Let's join. Let's interact with one another. Let's connect more. Let's get to know one another more. I'll be very active in this card. Like I'll be very, very active. So yeah, you can join. Just go to my about and you should be able to join. As you become more and more conscious, it's no longer funny to think that you are in a world that you yourself don't understand. You don't understand where this world is for real. That is true. It seems funny at first, but it's no longer funny, for most of us, because we're becoming more and more conscious. You don't know where you are. You don't know who built this world. You don't know why this world was created. You don't know why you were created. So for you, it's worse than the situation that the lady was in, I guess. Because she knows where she was sleeping, but she doesn't know where she woke up. Like, that's a bit different. You don't know anything prior to birth. You just found yourself conscious. And it seems to me that consciousness can be manipulated. Like when you're dreaming, you find yourself believing things that you shouldn't believe. And you believe that it's all real. And you believe that it has always been like that, right? It's not like when you start to dream, okay, this is the beginning of another journey. I might not know where I am now, but I know that I'm sleeping somewhere. So let me explore this world. It feels like you've been there forever. So that's how life feels like. You don't remember how your life started. You don't remember the first day you became conscious. You just found yourself conscious, and the more conscious you became, the more questions you started to ask. The more you suffer, the more you become desperate for answers, because, of course, you need to know where the hell you are. Because it isn't a nice place. I mean, if it was a nice place, you'd be too distracted to ask questions. But it isn't. So you are asking questions. And it's your right to know. You must never forget that. I know that religions will make it seem bad for you to know because, they have like slave mentality. I don't deserve to know. There's a God who knows what he's doing, blah, blah, blah. Your God is not my God. They'll demonize you for thinking, for asking questions that you should be asking yourself, because they have a slave mentality. They believe that we should all be slaves to the gods that they believe in. Like, no. We can't be slaves to what you believe in if what you believe in doesn't make sense to us. And what sucks is that you can see that there are people who know more than we know. They're not more intelligent than we are. They just know more than we know. And it's like they can be like the stupidest person that you've ever met. But if they are given the right information, they will seem smart. If you kept in the dark about everything, you're going to look dumb even if you're not dumb. You see? The problem is that we don't really know what's going on and no one is telling us. There are people who are purposefully keeping the truth from us, for real. So it looks like we're stupid. Right? It seems like we're stupid because the truth has been kept away from us. The truth about UFOs, something that the whole world has heard about. Even that truth is kept away from us. I remember I watched this interview where this guy who's like really into UFOs was being interviewed, and he was asked this question: why do you think they're keeping the information about aliens from us? And he was like, I think the truth about these aliens is like really devs, like it's gonna F the world up, like the truth, like people cannot handle the truth, like maybe these aliens created us. So imagine if they told us that, yeah, actually this whole thing is an experiment. Yeah, aliens actually created you. They've been living at the bottom of the sea, or the sea isn't even what it seems. The sea is space. These aliens are able to see you. They're able to make themselves invisible. I mean, obviously, they're able to make themselves invisible. When you look at the technological level that they're operating on, you can tell they're able to make themselves invisible. Maybe they can go, they can teleport, they can read our minds. Yeah, they're studying us in every way, and they're watching us for entertainment. Imagine what you would do if you were invisible. You probably watch people for entertainment. Find that every alien can watch your life story. They can even rewind your story to rewatch it. Like, hey, I see that person struggling. Oh, look at that person, they're getting into a relationship with the wrong person. I want to see how it all ends. Oh, look at this person is about to jump from a bridge, and they'll be interested. Oh, look at that one, he wants to jump for real. And then they even bet, I don't know if they use money, whatever they use, maybe time. Oh, he's going to jump. No, he's not going to jump. That one is too resilient. He's not going to jump. I know he's not going to jump. He's going to change his mind. No, he's going to jump. But, of course, that makes sense, right? The truth has been kept away from us. Even if you are curious enough to ask questions, even if you are curious enough to seek for answers, you're not really given the answer. They will identify you and be like, what? Look, you've been through enough. You're curious enough. We can see that. So we're going to tell you what is actually going on. No, they're not telling you anything. If you watch the Truman Show, it's the same thing. People were watching Truman suffer in a world that wasn't real, that he believed was real. And it seemed like comedy. Like, when you watch it for the first time, especially if you're not very conscious, it seems like comedy. Like, yeah, this guy was born in a world that wasn't real, where everyone knew it wasn't real, and everyone in his life wasn't actually who they seemed to be. They knew exactly what was going on except him. So he was born in that world thinking it's real, thinking that everyone knows what he knows. They don't know anything else. They don't know that there's a world beyond that world that they live in. And they were watching him. Some people were rooting for him. So the good thing could be that some of these aliens are rooting for us. They're like, hey, we want these people to be free. But of course, not all of them will be rooting for us, right? So some people were rooting for him, some people were not rooting for him. Some people were like, he just wanted to see how it all ends. Some people didn't want him to escape, especially people who were benefiting, people who were making money. Where the hell am I? Trust me, you deserve to know what is going on. If there's a person who deserves to know what's going on, it's you. Don't be afraid to seek for answers. Don't be afraid to be brave. Like, be real. Be as real as possible. Be real in a place where it is taboo to be real. At least these days, no one is going to unalive. I mean, it does happen that people get unalive for not being real, but it's rare. I mean, for being real, but it's rare. So the worst that can happen is just people hating you, or people thinking that there's something wrong with you. Well, you are actually the sanest person in the room. Right? We live in a world where being sane is a bad thing. Being brave is a bad thing. Being strong is a bad thing. Being smart is a bad thing. So don't be afraid. Like, don't seek for people's approval. You know, seeking for people's approval will be like if you live with animals that are so damn unconscious and you are conscious, and you try to fit in with them, try to behave the same way that they behave. Like, no, you are conscious, they're not. Understand that. Take pride in it. Like, you conscious. You are. You are doing exactly what a human being should be doing. That is asking questions. That lady, listen, let me show you how stupid some people are. So if some people found themselves in a situation where, you know, they found themselves in a different city, you know, woke up in a different city and they were sleeping in their car and they found that their car is in a different city. Imagine if they woke up and they didn't ask the driver what was going on. So you wake up in a different city, you were sleeping in a different city, you wake up in a different city. So when you look around you, you see some people dancing, some people eating food, some people having fun at the park, and you're like, let me go and have fun. You see how stupid that is? Do you see how stupid some people are? Like, no, you need to figure out where you are first. You need to figure out how you got there first. Like how I just need to go where life takes me. That's it. I must just trust life. Remember Ellen Watts said something like that. Like, you must go with the waves, right? If the wind blows you this way, go that way. Don't go against the wave. Why should I trust life? Why should I trust that what's happening to me is happening for a good reason? If I believe that I'm conscious enough to handle the truth, then I shouldn't just go with the flow. I must know what's knowable, and at our level of consciousness, like most of us, most people who are watching my videos, if someone explained to us what is actually going on, we will be able to understand. It's not like we're dogs. Like, if you try to explain to a dog what life is, it will understand. Or what you know. It's not like that dog will understand. It will just look at you like, what the heck is going on? Because it's so damn unconscious that, you know, it just focuses on meeting its primary need, and that's it. But you're conscious, you're different, you're conscious. If they explain to you what is actually going on, you'd understand. And most humans will, you know, be able to understand half of what is actually going on if it was explained to all of us. Some people, you know, who are very conscious will be able to understand more. And it feels like the world is becoming weirder and weirder. Like, the whole world is like this now, trying to figure out what's going on. And I mean, not really, but I mean, in this world itself, you know, not like even the people who are not asking questions, but they're like, hey, you know, we heard that they've discovered aliens. Hey, we heard that things are going to change for good. Hey, we had that on a different timeline. That's why things don't really seem the same. I've heard so many people saying things haven't been the same since COVID. When you think about it, it's like, yeah, that's true. Things haven't been the same since COVID. But it seems like things have never really been the same since forever. Because things ain't the same as they used to be 20 years ago. Things ain't the same as they used to be 10 years ago, right? So, of course, things ain't like how they used to be 4 years ago. Things keep on changing. And we don't know why. Like, things that are supposed to be impossible are now very possible. They're happening. Things that we used to see in fiction movies back then in the 80s. These things are happening for real now, and we're used to these things. So yeah, the whole world is like, okay, let's see what's next. And everyone have this weird feeling that something big is about to happen, like something really, really big. Like the Anunnakis are gonna come back and enslave us like they once did. I mean, if you believe in the, in those stories. But wouldn't that be like that will tell us a lot about what's going on? Like that will explain a lot. If we are slaves here, I think the slave owners know that if we knew what is actually going on, we will be able to set ourselves free very easily. So the best way to manipulate beings that are as conscious as we are is humanity. So keep them in the dark about everything. Keep them confused. As you can see, some people are really that intelligent. Some people have figured out of like what's going on. Even if they've never really gotten a confirmation, like, okay, but this makes sense. If this isn't the truth, this is the truth. But they're not believing in these religions that they were being forced to believe, because they realize that no, but these religions really don't make sense. It gets to a point where you're not even scared. So like some people ask me, why do you make videos saying God doesn't exist, saying God is the devil, saying you don't like God and all that? I'm like, because I know it's not real. Like, why should I be scared of something that's not real? I can't be scared. Would you be scared if someone was schizophrenic and they were seeing things that are not there and they were warning you, hey, I'm saying this being that loves you and that wants you to worship them, but if you don't worship them, you're going to burn for eternity. You'd be like, what the fuck? Why doesn't this being appear to me? Maybe you are its slave. That is why. I'm not its slave, because it cannot even communicate with me. Maybe it's afraid, maybe it can't, because we don't have that kind of connection, so it can't enslave me. You see, meaning that it can't even torture me. Like, why would I worship something like that? It's like these people don't even think, bro. Look, it's like if you're a woman, there's a guy who mistreats his women. Like, whenever he's in a relationship with someone, like, that person comes out of that relationship totally messed up. Right? Like, he does horrible things to them. You know that. And someone else tell you that, hey, that this guy loves you. Or someone who was that person's victim tell you, hey, he loves you. You're like, what the why should I date someone like that? Why should I follow your God if your God is evil? Because you are telling me that he's going to torture me for eternity if I don't follow his rules. So why should I, you know what I mean? Like, they don't see the hypocrisy. where the hell am I? This is a really, really important question. And I think people who are conscious ask themselves this question every day, consciously or subconsciously. Like there's this deep sense of curiosity about this place, and they want to know, like they genuinely want to know. But some people feel hopeless because they've been here for how. Some of you have been here for 20 years, 30, 40. It feels like you've been here forever. So you're like, if I don't know what the heck this place is, I'm never gonna know. And it seems like a lot of people die without knowing. So what if I end up like them? I die without knowing. What if my consciousness gets recycled? Like what happens in my dreams? Because it's kind of like the same thing. I mean, you don't remember that you're sleeping. How? You don't remember that you're sleeping and find yourself having an experience and you believe that shit is real. You can find yourself in New York, even if you slept in Limpopo in a village. You find yourself in New York and you're like, I'm in New York now. I mean, you won't even feel like you're in New York now, like you've been in New York forever. So isn't that scary, right? So imagine if after dying, you just find yourself in a new place and if you feel like there's the only place that you've been in, like that's it. And that's the only place that there is. Because that's how it feels like your consciousness localizes itself in a reality that you find yourself in, right? It doesn't focus on what's outside of that reality. Like, yeah, I'm sleeping somewhere, right? Like in the Matrix, like the people in the Matrix, they didn't know that, they were sitting, some of them, I mean, the ones who were sitting in a chair and they were plugged to the Matrix, at least they knew. But the people who were kept in, those, I don't know if I should call them incubators, like, they didn't know. They had no idea that, no, there is a reality beyond this reality. And in that reality, well, you slaves, I mean, even here you're slaves, but there, you fought a war with machines and you lost. And that makes me scared a little bit, like, because you're like, how did I end up here? What if in the base reality I fought with some beings that were able to enslave me and put me in this false reality? And it's the perfect prison. Or what if I fucked up? What if I broke the rules? What if there was something that I wasn't supposed to do that I did, and I got plugged into this reality, and yeah, that's the reason why it actually sucks. Maybe I'm just doing time. And when I wake up from this reality, I'm not gonna want to do what I did again, because I wouldn't want to find myself back here. But that would suck, because you need to ask yourself what you did. What if you did the right thing, but those who brought you here were wrong? The same way that people who fought for the right things, for the right cause in history, most of them got locked up. Most of them got assassinated. Like the most famous people who fought, like Malcolm X, Mandela at least, but you know how it really was. Like a lot of people are exposing him now, But the ones who truly fought for the right things, like they were breaking the law. So imagine if you broke the law fighting for the right things and you were put here. If you wake up, you still want to fight for what you were fighting for, because that's what you stand for. So who knows? Maybe we did something wrong that was really, really wrong, and after waking up we're gonna be like, okay, I'm not gonna do that again. Plus it was wrong, so why should I do it again? But based on how this reality works, you're like, this is all wrong. All of it is wrong. Like, all of it is upside down. So who knows? And that's what makes it suck more, because you like, it's all upside down. So I don't know where I am, and I can see that everything is upside down. It's not like things are actually making sense. It's not like I am figuring out what is actually going on, and it's easy for me to figure out what's going on. Like, no, there's a lot of confusion. It gets to a point where you just have to take a leap of faith to see what is more real, what is more true. A lot of weird things happened to me in the last couple of weeks. Things that make things that make me believe that this is not real. And I'm not surprised anymore, right? And when these things happen, I'm not surprised. It's like I already knew that this world itself was not really real. But there's still this deep sense of curiosity. There's this desperate need to know and get confirmation that what I know is true. So it's not just about knowing, it's also about getting confirmation that what I know is true. Because in a world of lies, in a world where reality can be manipulated, in a world where you can dream and believe that your dreams are real, in a world where people hallucinate and believe that their hallucinations are real, people can hear voices, believe that their voices are real, in a world where people can believe in religion, that religions are real and start wars, and you know what I mean? Like, you need confirmation. So that you don't have any doubt in your mind what is actually going on, where you actually are, why you actually are there. If you're old, that means you've been young, you became a teenager, became a young adult, now you're old, now you're an old person. You've seen life. And you've seen a lot of things change. But you don't graduate, you're not given an opportunity to know what is going on. It's like you're a child. You know, the way that we try to protect children from certain truth about life. Like, no, that's just a child. You cannot say that to a child. You remember that video that was trending before Mike Tyson fought, not fought, but I mean, because you know that there was like, there are many fights that I've watched that, you know, people were saying this fights are scripted, but you're like, you know, it's pretty convincing at least. But a fight, that was definitely like a scripted fight. So yeah, before the fight, Tyson was asked about legacy, and I think the reason why his response was what it was, I believe that all of you have watched that video, is because he knew he was gonna lose. He knew it was scripted. So he was like, I don't care about legacy. You know, we're all gonna die. Like, he's talking to a child, and a lot of people were like, Mike forgot that he was talking to a child. You know, because we feel like children should be protected from certain realities. Like, so it feels that way too. You know, like we're children here, we should be protected from certain realities. Like, no. So it doesn't matter if you are old. It doesn't matter if you are in your 70s. I know people who are old who know nothing. In fact, and this is funny, people who are old where I live know nothing. I mean, people who are young know more than people who are old. It's all upside down. Like, they know nothing. They know nothing. If you talk to an old person, it's like they're just old models. It's like if you know, Motorola phones, for example, like the old Motorola phones, they can't do a lot of things that the new phones can do, the new Nokia phones can do, the new Samsung phones can do, iPhones can do, right? So it's kind of like the same thing, and it's weird. You're like, how? Because they're supposed to be, since they're old, they're supposed to know more than I know, but they don't. In fact, they seem more like children than children seem. Like, they seem more like children than the way children seem to us. But never ever feel like you don't deserve to know. Never ever not be real because you're afraid. The punishment for being real isn't the same as it used to be. You're not going to suffer greatly because you are real. I mean, you'll suffer in the beginning, but you get used to that. You know, it gets to a point where other people also know that, okay, this person is real. Like, there's nothing they can do about that. If they hate you, they hate you. You get used to the hatred. You see, one of the reasons why people are hurt more by betrayal than a lot of things is because they tell themselves, or let me say, they project their goodness onto someone, right? Someone that they love, someone that they're close to. So when that person betrays them, it breaks their heart because of that. But if that person never came into their lives, it wouldn't matter what they do. Or if that person came into their lives, then, you know, betray them before they told themselves that that person was good, it wouldn't really matter. It's nothing. So the reason why you are afraid to speak your mind, you are afraid how other people look at you, is because you have already invested emotionally and getting approval from other people. Like, if you stop investing emotionally in that, it's not going to matter anymore. People will say what they say about you, and it will mean nothing. You'll be able to handle things that make people go crazy, and you'll be able to handle these things as if they're nothing. You're like, oh, so someone jumped from a bridge because of that? Like, this is not. It's nothing. It's really, it's nothing. I don't even feel anything, because there's nothing. You know, everyone is judging you because of something you did. You feel nothing. You don't want approval. You're like, it is what it is. You know, it's only proving me right. Actually, like I'm able to see how stupid people are because of how they are responding to me now. If you are doing the right things, as you get more older, you become wiser. Not only do you become wiser, you know, you know a lot of things, you know, a lot of important things actually, because some of the people who are old, who know nothing, are people who chose to know things that ain't important. So these things don't really matter. So if you are doing the right thing, when you reach the age of 70, if you do get to reach the age of 70, I know some of you will, you should be more conscious than people who are in their 20s, people who are in their 30s, people who are in their 40s. You should know more than them. They must come to you for wisdom. They must come to you for truth. They must come for you for knowledge, because you know more than them. But that can only happen if you do the right things. If you do the wrong things, of course that's not going to happen. If you do the wrong things, you're not going to know anything. By the time you're old, no one is even going to want to chill with you, because you know nothing. You just be there. And you'll be angry. Imagine being an angry grandpa. You're just chilling, watching children playing, and you're just mad. Because you feel like it's all over for you and no one is coming to entertain you. If you have children, even if they come to see you, they're just gonna stay there for a while. Like, they're not gonna be like dad to, like, they have their own lives, they have their own problems. That's why when people ask me why won't I regret not having children when I'm older, because I want to have like someone to take care of me when I'm older. I laugh because I see a lot of people who are old whose children don't give a shit about them. And they ain't bad people. Like, their children will visit them, but you can see that they're just visiting them because maybe the world told them that they need their parents' blessings and all that, but they're living their lives, They're living their lives. Like, things are changing in this world. People ain't forced to love their parents like they used to be forced, because back then you had to love your parents. You had to live in the same place with them and all. Like, things are changing now. I know people who don't like their siblings, people who don't like their parents, people who don't even love their children. So it might happen that, if I get old, there are people who take care of me. It's possible. People that I didn't bring into this world, people who just like me or who feel like they can gain something from me. So, and that's better though, because I'm really offering something of value to them than me just being this mean old man who feels like his children owes him something. Because I would feel like that. I'll be complaining to other people like, hey, I raised my children while I had nothing, as if the world forced me to have children. Now I raised my children while I had nothing, and now they don't even think about me, they don't even call me. Like, why did you even bring them here? Like if the guy that towed the lady's car expected something from her. Like, yo, I took you from the place that you were in to this place, so you owe me something. Like, well, I didn't ask to be brought into this place. And secondly, it actually sucks. I have a lot of problems now that I have to focus on, so I can't just be taking care of you. You're not my master. Like, we don't have a slave master relationship. This is really such a weird place to find yourself in. No, place where you gotta protect yourself because something wants to eat you. It's not like you just live your life. No, something wants to eat you. And you want to eat something, so it has to protect itself from your ass. So it's not just you who should be afraid of getting eaten. It's also other conscious beings that should be afraid of being eaten by you. A rabbit should be afraid of you. Bats should be afraid of you. But not just you, like they also have to be afraid of other beings that wants to eat them. And other beings should be afraid of of them because they eat it. Like it's crazy. It's total madness when you think about it. It's just that you're used to it, so you don't look at it that way. And this is all that you know. You see? This is all that you know. It's like if you've never really dated in your life and you date one person, even if they're not treating you well, if you cannot compare them to other people, well, you might think you've got the best person ever. I remember when my ex-girlfriend, like after my girlfriend left me and she dated someone else, we had broken up for like maybe 5 months. So she was in a relationship with someone else. I believe that they got into a relationship immediately after we broke up, or they got into a relationship before we broke up. I mean, usually that's how it happens with women because they want to heal, plus they want to feel safe. She must fall out of love with you, and then fall in love with someone else. That's when that's how she's gonna be able to like heal. You gonna be stuck. You don't have nobody. So after 5 months, I called her. The reason why I called is because I kept on having this dream where she was saying something to me that she said to me in real life, but I didn't understand what it meant. So I called her because I wanted to ask her what she actually meant by that, and she explained to me. And after she explained to me, I even forgot what question that I had for her. It's almost as if she freed me. I was like, that's weird. But yeah, I called her. I didn't even want to call her, but I called her because I was, the dream was repeating itself. So because I did call her, she got an opportunity to tell me about her love life now. I didn't ask, and I didn't want to ask. In fact, I even wanted to tell her that don't tell me anything about your love life. I'm still trying to heal. Let it be. Let's talk about what I've called you to talk about. But she just brought it up, like, hey. And by the way, I'm in a relationship now. Like, shit. And at the time, I'm still struggling to heal. I'm struggling to heal. And there's hope. I'm like, hey, maybe she'll change her mind. Maybe she, you know what I mean? Says I'm in a relationship. And yeah, he went on to say, and I had enough time to compare. Right? I had enough time to compare. So that means, yeah, she she loved me because she didn't, she wasn't comparing me to anyone. So now that she found a new guy, she's comparing, she's comparing us, and she's like, okay, this is better. This is much better. So it's like that, it's you, if you never got to compare your experiences, then everything, like the only experience that you know will seem like the best, even if it isn't. So that's life. You have nothing to compare it. I mean, you can compare it to some of your dreams, but you don't believe your dreams are real. That's the thing. You've had dreams where things were really going well for you, and you're like, hey, man, I don't want this. After waking up, you'd be like, I didn't want that dream to end. Thank you, guys.